So I can remember it like it was yesterday. My father hadn't been dead a week. I was outside working in my shop downstairs in the barn. Car pulled up. I don't even think he got out of his car. He sat in his car. He introduced himself to me as Gary Bolio, and he asked a few questions and said he had been in negotiations with my father to purchase the property. And at that point, it all struck me a little odd. The property wasn't my father's to sell. My father knew that, as well as everybody else in our family knew that. I wished I knew then what I know now, because there was 4 plots between me and the Bedford Village Inn. And when the Bedford Village Inn wanted to expand and build the Grand, we saw it as an exception. Mr. Bolios, he saw that as a starting point to purchase additional properties and sprawl up the street. It simply just isn't fair. So at the town meeting, he's claiming he's stuck with this land because he's surrounded by commercial businesses. I own a landscaping company. We don't make money working in our property. We go and work in other properties. So if it's an imposition to live next door to me, why is it not an imposition to live next door to Mr. Bolio at 9 Pasture Lane, where he runs 5 businesses out of his home? So after the planning board meeting the other night, I was approached by an agent of Gary Bolio's, essentially telling me that I should like this proposal because, if we don't, we could wind up with something like a nursing home or a hospital next door to us. And this is why I feel strong-armed from my very first meeting with Gary Bolio several years ago when he was in my driveway to where we are today. So what worries me the most is if what was presented to us is on the ballot, the town votes on it, votes it commercial. We're not voting the plan that's in front of us. We're voting the piece of land. And that plan could go out the window, the property could be sold, and anything could be put on that piece of land now that it's zoned commercial. It's really the entrance to our community, and you see something that's nice like the Bedford Village Inn, and that's a perfect gateway to the community as you're coming down. People look at it and think, wow, what a beautiful inn. What worries me about the property next door is that it could get junked up with any of those things that would be allowed on a commercial place with far less restrictions, no height restrictions on buildings. You could have fast food restaurants in there, more pharmacies, mini storage development. Who knows? Would I rather live next door to the Bedford Village Inn, like Gary's property, or would I rather live next door to a shopping mall? This sprawl up the street could happen in any community. Half a mile from Route 101, you never think that it's going to come all the way up the road to your door. I just can't picture my childhood home ending up in the middle of a commercial development.